Hey, today I'll be reviewing Dead Beautiful by Yvonne Woon, and I'll start by reading the back. Desire, danger, destiny. Little did I know that this is what I would find at Gottfried Academy. Coming from sunny California, the Miss Charlotte Academy was a shock, with its strange customs, ancient curriculum, and study of Latin, the language of the dead. Then I discovered that the school has more than one dark secret. I also discovered Dante, intelligent, elusive, and devastatingly gorgeous. Most people can't decide whether they love, hate, or fear him. All I know is that when we're together, I've never felt more alive or more afraid. Does finding your soulmate mean losing yourself? Okay, overall I did enjoy this book. Renee loses her parents and she gets stuck with her grandfather, who she doesn't really know because her parents fell out with him when she was young, so she hasn't had much to do with him. And so he becomes her guardian, and he decides to send her off to this Gottfried Academy, so she loses all her friends and goes somewhere new where the lessons are strange, but she ends up enjoying them. And she meets Dante, who is the sort of hero of the book, and it's a nice. I think it's a standalone novel. It's her debut novel, and there hasn't been any talk of a sequel, so I don't know if it's going to be a standalone. It could stay as it is, or it could go further. It's quite nice in that it can go either way. Yeah, so she meets Dante, like she falls for him and he her, and it's not vampires or anything like that. It's, well, the clue is obviously in the title, in that it's dead. So yeah, I would recommend this book, although I found it a bit slow to get into at the beginning when she's recounting how her parents have died and how she found them. That took a little while to get into, but as soon as she meets Dante is when it picked up for me. Their first encounter is quite funny and witty, and as all their interactions are really good. And overall, I think that it's got a lot going for it. It's got 505 pages. The text is quite large, and the chapters are quite long as well, actually. Whereas a lot of books I've read, their chapters are short, whereas this is the first one I've read in a few books that has quite long chapters. But that's alright. I just didn't. This took me about 5 days to read because I went back to college, so I had less time for reading than I had for the previous 2 weeks because I was on holiday. So, but yeah, that's what slowed me down. But I quite like it, that it can be added to, or it doesn't need to. Dante is a great guy to like. There are parallels between him and Edward Cullen, because when she meets him, his skin is ice cold, and he's like this elusive guy and brooding. He's dark. Yeah, so there's some similarities there between him and Edward. But overall, I think it's a clever read. You can tell she's trying to elevate it, so that the language is quite elaborate some of the time, but that doesn't really affect it. It's not too complicated. So yeah, overall, I recommend this book. And if you've read it, please let me know what you think of it. Yeah, happy reading.